Hi everyone, Ben here from Art Less Ordinary. So, we are going to make a pyramid using jesmonite. So, I want to make kind of a rippled swirl effect. So, it's hard to explain, but I'll show you what I'm doing. So, I'll just move this other stuff aside. So, I have my pyramid mold. Make sure that your pyramid mold is very pyramid shape. I've got one where it's a little bit out of shape and the pyramids just, they look wonky. You really need one that's like proper in shape. Now, I have 125 grams of jesmonite powder, 50 grams of jesmonite liquid. I will have to mix them up, but we always have to mix jesmonite straight away because you can't mix it earlier and let it settle. It just starts setting up really quickly. So what we're just going to do is I pour the powder into the liquid. Now, you are probably best to use a more motorized mixer. I haven't got one yet, so I'm just using my pop stick to stir. So you start off making sure you don't blow out too much of the powder. Then it gets quite thick, and then as it mixes it gets a little bit more thinner again. And give it a really good vigorous stir. Try and get out those bubbles. You scrape the edges, give it another good stir, and I always scrape the stick and then reincorporate everything back into it. And nearly dropped the cup then. So that's mixed pretty well. What I want to do first is I want to get the tip of my pyramid to be a tip without a bubble in it. So I just get a skewer, I dip it in, wait for the excess bubbles to come off, and then I push this down, not too like heavy because you don't want to pierce this mold, just to get that tip air bubble out. So now that I've done that, I'm going to use black. So I have black pigment paste. I've got brambiler. I don't always know how to pronounce these. I just use them. Give it a bit of a shake. And I am just going to put in 1, 2, 3 drops. And with my stick, I'm just going to go through them once and then twice. So I didn't stir it up very much at all. I just wanted to incorporate it. Get my cup to a point. And then pour out and try and pour straight into that center. You can see a couple of little lumps, but they won't really show in the jesmonite. There we go. So what we can do is tap it, but I find sometimes it changes the shape, so I won't tap that now. I do have a inside of a pen. I just blow a little bit of these bubbles out. You don't have to do it hard. A lot of the bubbles are still coming to the surface, but I just do it every so often just to lessen the amount of bubbles on there. You do get the odd occasional small bubble in the mold, but I think I'd rather have a tiny little bubble than I would have a irregular pattern from banging and tapping it and things like that. So that's the pyramid. All as I can do now is just unmold this once it has set and then show you what it looks like. But I'm going to do a second video, so I'm going to stop it and come back once this here is set to show you what it's like to unmold these and what it looks like finished. But I'm going to stop it. I'm going to start another video to show you what I do with the excess leftovers. Okay, and we are back. So we're going to unmold the pyramid. So the easiest way to unmold these pyramids is, I find, you just put your fingers on the corner, put your thumb there, you just give a gentle little push and it pops right out. Pretty easy. So now the bottom was exposed to air, so that's pretty dry, but the sides need a little bit of air to actually complete, like they're set, but I want them to be more dry before I get my dirty fingers on them. But that is how it looks. As you can see, you've got the cool ripple effect, you've got a really nice fine point onto it, and you get patches of the natural white color and the black ripples that go through it, and you get slightly different things each side. See how there's a little bit of movement here? If I banged it, that all these ripples kind of get wonky and wonky. But now all as I do is I just leave this to the elements, to the air, let it harden up, and then it's done. There's a couple of little ridges in here from where the black was thicker and it shrunk a little bit. But again, it's left it natural. That's the whole cool part about it. It doesn't have to be completely perfect and solid, or it's a homemade thing. It's not like it's made in a factory. It's not a piece of rock that they have carved. This is a homemade jesmonite art piece. So I love it. This is how this one has turned out. I will leave this to set to the air, and then I will take it outside and get some nice good photos and maybe a little video out there. All right, thanks everyone. Catch you later. Okay, here we are, people. There we go. There's my pyramid. So it's hard for me to see. So as you can see, it's got beautiful lines running through it. So I'm holding camera, holding the thing. And can you see how really good, oops, so there we are. That tip is nice pointy tip. That's what we want. But great lines, looks awesome. So I'm outside. It's a really sunny day today, so it's going to give shadows, but as a pyramid, you will get shadows on different sides depending on where it's positioned and what lighting you've got at the time. But I'm really happy. So, oops, there is the pyramid. Awesome. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. So like, comment, share and subscribe, and I'll show you more videos soon. Probably some acrylic art coming up very shortly. Okay. Bye.